And right back where we left off. It's just 3 again. I wish we had more.
Ain't hospital supposed to be clean? This place
I was just talking about that. Uh-oh.
What kind of hospital is this? Looks more like a torture room.
I love how the music kicks in. Anyway, took them all out silently. Not really in the spirit of it. Oh, no. Oh, he's fine. He's unconscious. See? Not really in the spirit of it, I find. I always like to, you know, at least, you know, let them become aware that you're there so that they can become suitably terrified. That reminds me, like, in Arkham Knight, there's... Can you go through here? I didn't know you could go through here yet. I thought this was later. There's a part... Hold on, I guess. Because I'm gonna do some more scavenger hunting real quick before we continue along.
Patient interview 44. This is yet another interview with Edward Enigma. I've yet to make up my mind whether he's a genius or just deluded. Whichever one he is, just being in his company is both irritating and exhausting.
Hello, Miss Young. You look tired. Anything you need my help with?
No, thank you, Edward. I am here to help you. We all are.
Forgive my arrogance, Doctor, but if you think I need your help, well, you're in the right place.
Let's look at it a different way. Throughout your career, you have specialized in bizarre traps and convoluted clues that more often than not result in the death of the unfortunate participants.
And if the citizens of Gotham were smarter, my games would be merely an amusing diversion.
Instead of death traps.
You really should be thanking me. Weeding out the ignorant, the stupid, the
Imbecile.
useless. But don't worry. I'm sure you would survive. What a lovely photo on your desk, Doctor. Your family? Mother, perhaps.
Put that down.
Fun fact about the Riddler, at one point in the comics, he actually discovered that what Batman's identity was. Like, he figured it out. But he elected to not, you know, reveal that. He didn't tell anyone because he thought that would be spoiling the greatest riddle of all, and everyone should have to figure it out just like he did. Alfred! Sir not appearing in this game. Oh. Alfred's the best. Valet. Almost seems, you know, too humble a description. Unflappable mana. Yes, and in some continuities, it said that Alfred was a member of the SSIS. Is that what it's called? The British Special Forces, you know? And, you know, is a total badass. There was one comic of Batman Robin Adventures or whatever. The Adventures of Batman? Something like that. Where, like, the cover art was, like, Batman, Robin, and Batgirl all swooping into, like, this gang hideout, where the implication was that Alfred had been kidnapped, and by the time they got there, all the thugs are laying in heaps, unconscious, and Alfred's just, you know, dusting himself off, because he took them all out by himself, because he's badass.
Too easy. Oh, think about it. I got you trapped in a little metal box, hanging precariously over a deadly drop. What say I just blow the emergency brakes and drop you like a sack of puppies? Say good night, bats. Boom! Got a few more surprises in store for you. Prepare to face your fears. All of them!
Cough, 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 cough.
There is no crane. Only scarecrow.
How did these people die?
I'm sure you'll be bounced through when he's ready.
How did they die?
What are you really
Anyway.
scared of? Hey, the face, that fool of a city. Not my time. Me in a thong.
Oh, this game. Shit, I forgot what I was talking about earlier. Ain't that just the thing? Oh, in Arkham Knight, right, I remember. Well, I'll get back to it. It's actually...
Please help me, Batman!
It's actually appropriate that we're gonna talk about fear because of, who we're coming up on right now. I'll go ahead and let it speak for itself, though.
I'm sorry, Jim. Barbara. I'm sorry. I was too late.
I'm sorry. The number you've dialed isn't available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Barbara, are you there?
Please hang up your phone.
Father, you should have stood up to him, son. Like a man. Mom?
Help us, Bruce! Don't let us die!
You're in my world now.
So yes, Scarecrow. Mr. Scarecrow. You might recognize him from his obligatory, if entirely out of place, role in Batman Begins. Although he seems to have given up on shirts and taken some notes from Freddy Krueger in the meantime. Yeah, I don't know. It always seemed weird to me that Scarecrow was in Batman Begins, you know? Like, you know, Batman origin stories are always sort of smaller, more down-to-earth. Just, you know, Batman versus the mob, or the Mafia. And they already had the League of Assassins, or the League of Shadows, or whatever it was called in there. So it just always seemed weird to me that they threw in Scarecrow, who is, all things considered, kind of a goofy villain. Not like goofy, like he is kind of creepy when done right with his fear toxin. Especially in this game, I find. Like, whenever anyone talks about Arkham Asylum, they invariably talk about the Scarecrow sections for good reason. As you can see, they're fucking already, like, this is the first one, and already it's amazing, right? But yeah, in the movie, it just, I don't know. Could have been done better. Could have been done better, I think. But yes, here we go, the Scarecrow. Who, more than any other Batman villain, has had his design go through so many changes. Like, if you watch the cartoon show, his, like, he gets like 5 different costumes in the cartoon. It's funny. And even here, his in-game model doesn't look anything like his profile picture. He's wearing a hat. Like, what? That's not how Scythe is supposed to be held. I mean, Scarecrow is a pretty good, like, I would put him up there as one of Batman's top villains, although he doesn't get all that much play, comparatively. But, like, you know, he's one of those villains who reflects an aspect of Batman.
What's going on?
You know, Batman is known for his use of fear tactics against his enemies, and then you have a villain, Scarecrow, who
Had a little run-in with Scarecrow, slowed me down. I'll get
has his whole fear toxin deal.
Another one? Can it be? No, there's no way.
Yeah. Not really a lot to say about this guy, to be honest with you.
Can't find them all. It's impossible.
Just not all that important. Although, speaking of Batman Begins, the Batman Begins video game based on the movie actually had this cool mechanic where, like, you were tasked with taking out criminals using the environment, like, one by one, and then manipulating the environment to, like, scare the shit out of them so that they would be easier to defeat in combat or whatever. And, you know, like, say what you want about that game, because it wasn't very good, but that was a really good aspect of that gameplay, and it's kind of unfortunate, because in Arkham Knight, there was a system called Fear Takedowns, where you know, you'll see when we get to it, but, like, the idea is you drop down on criminals and they don't expect you, so they're scared, so they don't really have a chance to take you out, giving you the opportunity to, you know, take them out one by one in quick succession before they have a chance to react. And you get the access to the fear takedown by doing silent takedowns, and that's what recharges it. Okay, can't go through yet. And it always seemed like a waste to me, because it feels like the way you should earn fear takedowns is by doing something like what you did in the Batman Begins game, where you manipulate the environment and take them out one by one and actually terrify, your enemies so that they're scared, you know, kind of like what happens in this game where you take them out one by one and they're like, oh shit, Batman's taking us out and we're all terrified right now. But no, instead, like, you're really incentivized to use it right at the beginning.
Harley's under strict instructions.
And, Arkham Knight had a lot of flaws, I'll be honest with you.
Down there, I've told them all you're on the way. So here's the deal. If you can find a way to get to Harley without anyone realizing, I'll give you your next present. Fail, and they will cut and die. Hell, I may even give you Harley. It looks like you could use a new sidekick.
Uh-oh, what's that referencing? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and not show you this one quite yet. For reasons you'll see. Just hold on to that one for a hot minute.
Joe's a mess. He wants the old man kept safe from Batman. Anyone gets near him, and it won't be me carrying the can.
No problem. Nothing's getting past me. Batman will be a dead man, and I'll be famous.
Whatever. Get over there and keep looking.
What is with these guys? Like, such arrogance. Like, say what you want about the guys in Dishonored, at least a few of them seem to be aware that Corvo was a badass and were suitably terrified of him. Like, the fucking, the suicidal overconfidence of the average Batman henchman has always blown me away.
So cool.
It reminds me of a joke in Dragon Age. I think he goes downstairs, right? Where, you know, that's a game where you just slaughter people by the fucking hundreds.
Stand a chance.
Being a Western RPG and all. And at one point, like, you team up with an NPC who's just part of a side quest, and you get, you know, jumped by some dudes, and obviously you take them all out. And once he was done, once you were done taking them out, the NPC is like, how does he not see me? How does he not see me? How does he not see me? The NPC is like, so people just voluntarily attack you? Are they stupid? You know, like, suicide by main character. You know, suicide by protagonist. And it always...
Like he's gonna pee himself. Someone bring me a bucket.
Oh, Arlene Sorkin, you are a national treasure. In games where, you know, you tell dudes, hey, I'm the main character, and they go, oh, fuck, and leave you alone. Because they're like, oh shit, I don't want to get killed by the fucking main character, which is what is going to happen. Anyway, yep.
You took longer than I thought.
Took her out.
He's out of
Just
control.
dropped
He's
down on
trying
top
to
of her
leave
and
us.
she's knocked
I'm
unconscious.
sure I can stop him this time.
You'll do it. Batman, listen. We're not alone.
Oh look,
He's
his
got something else down there.
mask is a
Don't
little
know what
messed
it
up
is.
over his eye. See?
Spoiling the surprise.
Be quiet.
Oh, am I getting to you? Am I? Good. You're going to love this next bit.
What he said.
It wants Dr. Young's login.
Never mind that. Get behind me, now.
Bane. I thought he broke out of Blackgate.
Cut me down.
Who did this to you?
Dr. Young, the Bruja. She drained the venom from my blood. Must stop her.
Sorry, Has-Bane. The good doctor won't be a problem much longer. How do you like my puppet? What say we cut him down?
So yeah, I'm glad you liked Bane's portrayal in Dark Knight Rises. I just hope you didn't think it was at all authentic to how he is in the comics whatsoever, because it wasn't. You could have named the guy in that movie anything, because it certainly wasn't Bane in any recognizable format. For one thing, in the comics, Bane is Hispanic. For another thing, he relies on... Well, in fact, let's go ahead and pull up his... Burn! Yeah, the mask is because he's a luchador, not because it would be extremely painful if he took it off. Yeah, imprisoned from birth to serve his dad's sentence. He was raised in a prison in Santa Prisca, which is a fictional Latin country, I believe in South America. Aw, teddy bear. And of course, his immense size and strength comes from venom. None of which, I think, really made it into the movie. Yeah. And of course, Bane was really cool when he was first revealed. Like, you know, don't take this and what you might see of him in other portrayals to think he's like just some dumb brute. Because when Bane first showed up on the scene in Nightfall, yeah, see, Vengeance of... He showed up in Nightfall, you know, a storyline that would come to be known as Nightfall. Bane was actually an incredible strategist. Like, he figured out Batman's true identity. You're finding that's a running theme here. And he manipulated Gotham to let the criminals run loose so that Batman would tire himself out running around fighting them single-handedly all in a single night. So then, by the time he was done, Bane would take him by surprise back at his home at Wayne Manor and kicked his ass. And that was where he committed the act that made him famous and was in the movie. He broke the bat. He hoisted him up overhead, brought him down, broke his back over his knee. That is the act that Bane is famous for.
Is he okay?
And if you lose to him in this boss fight, which is possible on hard mode, because hard mode's fucked up in this game, you will see like the ending. You saw the thing where Dr. Young got killed and the Joker taunted you about it over the game over screen. Every villain has that. Every villain has like a haha you lost thing if you get game over. It's mostly the Joker, but you know, Killer Croc has one, Bane has one, Harley has a few. And Bane's is he will pick up Batman and break his back. And if you pay attention to the dialogue that we're going to get after this fight's over, it's implied that Nightfall actually happened before this game. It's implied that that happened. Bane broke Batman's back at one point. But that's enough out of you, Bane. We're done here. You can go away now.
Batman, you okay?
I'm fine, Jim. Where's Quinn?
Gone. Must have gotten loose while Bane was throwing you around.
We need to get you off the island.
I'm not a rookie. I can handle myself.
This time. See? He said this time. Oh, buddy. Yeah, I will never take a life. I will never kill. I will just run people over with my car.
Jim, get back to the mainland. It's too dangerous here. I don't like leaving you here.
Radio claims he's planted bombs all over Gotham. Gotham will panic. You're needed there.
We're ready to go now, sir.
Who are you? I can't see your face.
Called Dr. Young Bruja. What does it mean?
It's Spanish for witch.
Okay, I will just go off with this totally trustworthy officer that I have never seen before and do not recognize.
Go through the city's computers. Pull up all you can find on Dr. Young. I'll go through anything you find once I get to the cave.
A bat cave on Arkham Island?
I built it years ago. It's best to plan ahead for situations like this.
How'd you manage to keep this a secret?
It's me, remember?
So do you think Dr. Young's been experimenting with venom? The same chemical that turns Bane into that animal?
Yes, I'm worried. Bane seemed even more powerful than usual. Joker wants the venom, and that can only be trouble.
I'm heading to Dead Man's Point in Arkham North. I'll contact you once I'm in the Batcave.
So yeah, it's implied that Nightfall happened at the point of this game. But again, the rest of the series is gonna play fast and loose with comic book continuity. That's one of the details that is like, oh, this, you know, is canon with the comic books that have been up to this point, and then later it's gonna be like, you know, no. But yeah, that was, they appear to be building something over this. Oh well, not important. Let's go... you know, I thought we'd visited the visitor center before, but for some reason I don't really remember it. Let's go check in on things one more time, just to make sure.
You're late for your appointment. Very rude. Well, seeing as you're here now, we might as well get started. Tell me about your childhood. Anything stand out? Ooh, is that a tear I see? Too painful? We'll come back to it later then. How about Baney Boy then? Oh, bet you were shocked to see him, weren't you? Personally, I was hoping he'd fold you up like a piece of paper and let me stamp you crazy. But even I don't get everything I want. So what was he doing here? Oh, questions, questions, questions.